Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today we're cracking open the latest chatter in channel marketing. We're analyzing the pulse of the market taken straight from LinkedIn posts in weeks 43 and 44. And a quick thank you to our sponsor, Frenus. They're a B2B market research partner, helping enterprises translate market insights into actionable strategies that drive growth across their partner ecosystems. So we got this fantastic stack of real-time sources from our listener, and honestly, the clear message across all of them, it's that the channel isn't just evolving. It feels like it's undergoing this really radical fundamental restructuring right now.
Oh, absolutely. That's the critical takeaway, I think. We saw activity concentrated on, three massive areas: really mastering ecosystem choreography, driving program modernization, and fully embracing AI-enabled execution. Vendors are clearly pivoting. You can see them moving away from those broad kind of one-size-fits-all programs, moving toward highly focused outcome-led partnerships.
Right, and that kind of pivot requires a whole new operating model, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So we're going to dive into the top trends signaling this change. We'll talk about what this shift means for your go-to-market motion, not just, for current strategy, but looking ahead into 2026. Okay, let's start with the big picture, the strategic foundation. There seems to be this consensus that the old partner program idea is kind of giving way to these orchestrated ecosystems.
Yeah.
What's really driving that?
Well, it's efficiency, yes, but crucially, it's also about trust. John Guido, he pointed out this is more than just changing words. We're actually moving past static programs to these dynamic networks. You've got distributors, MSPs, ISVs, consultants, everyone connected by shared platforms and data. The future really depends on how well you can orchestrate all those partners, the platforms, and importantly, the insights they generate.
And it's not just theoretical, right?
No, not at all. Elena Zapp made a really compelling case that trust is the actual constraint in modern selling today. Direct sales cycles. They're demonstrably slower, she said, up to 16% longer. Partners, on the other hand, they bring that immediate, established trust.
Okay, so the partners kind of carry the relationship capital the vendor hasn't earned yet on its own.
Exactly.
Which means leveraging the ecosystem leads directly to, better customer acquisition costs, maybe higher deal quality too.
Precisely. Scott Sherman emphasized this financially. It's becoming non-negotiable for CFOs. You just can't hire your way to efficient growth in today's market. Ecosystems give you that exponential leverage.
Right. Across geographic reach, industry expertise.
Yeah, allowing you to access those deep, trusted advisor relationships that partners have spent years building.
But okay, if these partnerships are so valuable, how do vendors avoid, burning that trust capital by demanding too much too soon? Is there a risk there?
That's a great point. Greg Portnoy actually offered a sharp reminder on that. He said partnerships basically have an expiration date. If you wait around for the perfect moment to build your strategy, the best partners, they'll commit somewhere else. You'll be locked out. The urgency is definitely real.
So speed matters. And the actionable side, I think Daniela M. has some thoughts on that. Making it work day to day.
Yes, she noted that making these high-value partnerships actually work requires consistent alignment across all your internal teams, product, marketing, sales, and you have to rigorously close those feedback loops. When it's done right, she said, the execution can feel seamless, almost like magic. But, that magic is really just strategy executed with really tight organizational precision.
Okay, precision. So if the strategy is built on these complex ecosystems, how do we actually operationalize those complex relationships? At scale, that sounds like a technology challenge.
It absolutely is. And that's the second major trend we saw, using AI to operationalize this whole ecosystem strategy, basically building a kind of partner ops co-pilot. Technology is what turns that complexity into something scalable.
Right. I think Mark Gaudet framed this really well. He argued that AI and modern tooling have actually made partnerships 100 times easier to scale, not harder. He highlighted tools for AI-powered partner outreach, discovery, even enablement layers like Fathom.ai, which can record partner calls and then auto-generate proposals from the transcripts.
Yeah.
That directly solves the scaling problem, right? Moving those heavy repetitive tasks off people's plates and into automation.
And we know where partnership teams want to focus that intelligence. Rob Moyer ran a poll, and it showed that nearly half, 49% of respondents prioritize predictive co-sell matching. So the focus is moving away from just manual account mapping towards real execution intelligence, helping teams know exactly who to work with, when, and why.
That desire for automation, it lined up perfectly with some new product rollouts we saw, didn't it? PartnerStack, I think.
Yeah, PartnerStack, via Tyler Calder and Bryn Jones, launched PartnerStack AI, and it's designed specifically to automate that administrative grind. Finding high-fit partners, creating personalized outreach, automating lead capture from Slack, email.
Okay, so freeing up the team for the human stuff,
Yeah.
strategy, relationship.
Exactly. But here's the tension. Richard Steves pointed out this clear collision course, the AI mandate versus budget problem. Partner teams are facing intense pressure to deliver an AI-native GTM motion, but often with flat or even shrinking budgets.
Oof, yeah, that's tough. Which means the core challenge becomes the partner readiness gap, right? It's not just about vendors making announcements. It's about getting partners to move beyond just sticking AI-powered on their slides and actually activating those capabilities into repeatable GTM plays. It's as much a resource allocation problem as it is a tech problem. Okay, moving from AI orchestration to pure execution, let's talk co-selling. And the role of cloud marketplaces seems unavoidable now in B2B.
Yeah, this is often where strategy hits the wall, unfortunately. Teresa Carregal emphasized that lots of organizations just stall out on co-selling execution, even with good plans. But, and this is key, those who do reach higher maturity levels, they see huge returns, like a 300% increase in deal velocity, double the growth in co-sell sourced revenue. It really proves the difference is in how well you execute the playbook.
And that playbook needs to be specific, right?
Yeah.
Especially with the big cloud partners. Jessica Zakivos had some very practical advice there.
She did. Her rule of thumb was great. Every co-sell request must answer the question, what's in it for them? Vague requests, they just get ignored.
Makes sense.
Cloud reps need specifics, deal size, stage, the customer's cloud commitment, like the remaining AWS PPA commitment, for example, and the exact value the partner brings. And being listed on the marketplace, yeah, that's not really optional anymore. Buyers expect to transact there to help meet those huge vendor commitments.
So the whole process around structured co-selling is becoming much more formal, almost mandatory. Michael C. confirmed that AWS Marketplace listing is rapidly shifting from an option to basically a requirement.
And that structure extends right into opportunity tracking. Harry Blakemore highlighted AWS's move. They're requiring CRM integration for ACE opportunities, those critical deal registrations, by 2026.
Wow, no more bulk uploads.
Nope. It signals a really clear push toward a structured, scalable co-sell motion. And we saw success stories, too. David Thompson shared how Swada achieved Microsoft ISV status, letting enterprise customers buy their platform through existing Microsoft agreements. That's the goal.
And internally, sales teams need discipline too. Nate Nasrallah had a smart tip. When you're building those collaborative business cases with champions, make sure the champion's name is actually in the shared document, not just the salesperson's.
Ah, so you rent their track record, build that internal buy-in. Clever.
Yeah, and Will Taylor added something that brings us back to basics.
Right, the simple stuff often works best.
Exactly. He said sometimes the biggest execution game is just the lowest hanging fruit. Basic operating discipline, setting clear meeting agendas, asking direct questions about mutual goals, holding people accountable. That rigor is often what makes or breaks ecosystem work.
So true. Okay, finally, let's look quickly at how vendors are actually updating their programs now, given all these shifts, and also touch on operational resilience.
Yeah, we saw several big program announcements clearly focused on future-proofing the channel, especially around AI. SS&C, via Michael A. Guidry and Darren Collins, they announced a new SS&C partner program for 2026. It's specifically focused on AI-enabled innovation, including access to their new agentic products.
Interesting. Meanwhile, Slope introduced its Nexus Partner Program, targeting tighter collaboration, more visibility in clinical operations, and even Atmosphy launched a partner network.
Right, showing ecosystems are key even in spaces like travel, events, dining, connecting them all through unified rewards.
And when you onboard these new partners, the clock is ticking. Victor M. noted that success really hinges on precision in those first 90 days. Clear enablement, targeted incentives, joint execution strategies, right from the start.
If partners stall after onboarding, the whole initiative could just fizzle out.
Exactly. And maybe on a more critical note, Sam Barhama's post about that global Microsoft Azure and 365 outage.
Oof, yeah.
That serves as the channel marketing equivalent of a cold shower, doesn't it? A stark reminder that even with all the sophisticated AI and perfect orchestration, basic resilience, contingency planning, it's absolutely non-negotiable, especially for partners building on top of these cloud giants.
Wow, okay. We covered a huge amount of ground there. From that essential shift towards ecosystems, the urgency around AI-powered execution, all the way to the tactical stuff like crisp co-selling and mandatory cloud marketplaces, the future of B2B growth seems undeniably partner-shaped. It requires orchestration, precision, and just a relentless focus on delivering measurable value.
That measurable value is absolutely the key takeaway. And The moves by major cloud providers like AWS forcing that CRM integration for ACE, it raises a really important question. It connects back to Kyle E's point about the visibility crisis. If the crisis is fragmented data, well, forcing integration through vendor requirements is one solution. But the real question for you is, how quickly can your organization actually transition, move from those fragmented workflows to genuinely integrated partner intelligence? To prove your ROI before these mandates fully take effect. That's what's truly critical for your investment strategies heading into 2026.
Great point. If you enjoyed this deep dive, new deep dives drop every 2 weeks. We cover everything from account-based marketing and field marketing to AI and B2B marketing, MarTech, and go-to-market strategies.
Thank you for joining us for this deep dive into the latest in channel marketing.
Don't forget to subscribe.